What's up, y'all? So I know there's a lot of people on here that are new to the entrepreneurship journey, that are seeking the entrepreneurship journey. And let me tell you, the beginning is just like beginning anything. I mean, when you start working out for the first time in a long time, you're more sore than usual. When you start using muscles that you haven't used in a long time, you didn't even know you had them, they're more sore than usual. But you are able to understand when pain is bad and when pain is good. And if you don't, you understand real quickly. But I would love to help you understand when business pain is good and when business pain is bad. And this is just my own opinion, how I work my life, and a few other entrepreneurs that I've talked to, they have very similar habits. One, if you are pursuing the vision and you run into some adversity, and you can still problem solve your way around it without forcing it, most likely it's just friction. But if you face some adversity and it seems like it's just not going to happen, it's draining you every time you think about it, that might be a time to maybe reassess the direction that you're going, and maybe understand that the way to where you want to go might not take you, or might not be the direction that you need to go. For example, my practice is called Trailhead Family Chiropractic. I talk about it all the time because it's a metaphor of life. When you get to the trailhead, you're not necessarily at the destination. And sometimes, even though your end goal is north, you have to go south. You have to go around an obstacle. So even if it feels like you're going backwards or not the direction that you need to go, know that sometimes you have to do those things in order to accomplish the ultimate vision, which is getting to the end of the road, getting up the mountain, getting to the lake, making your business successful. Sometimes you might have to fire somebody, even though it seems like you can't afford to live without them. Sometimes you might have to hire someone, even though it doesn't seem like you can afford them at the time. Sometimes you have to make decisions that seem like they're going left or right, or maybe even backwards, in order to succeed. But my number one piece of advice for how do you know when to do these things and when it's just anxiety, or when it's just adversity, when it's just friction, how do you know when to stop and when to keep going? In my opinion, if your heart and head is in it, if like you're like me as an entrepreneur, I obsess in a healthy way about success. If that's you and you haven't lost a dream and this thing doesn't feel like it's taking over your life, but you can still have that life-work balance, you can see success still, keep going. If you're going down a direction where every single road that you try is a roadblock and it's draining you and you're trying to figure it out and it's causing anxiety and you can't figure it out, but you feel like you have to, it might be a time to reassess or even just take a break, because the answer might come to you when you're not trying as hard. The most successful people I talk to always tell me, and it's the same thing with chiropractic, it's the same thing with healing, it's the same thing with so many other modalities in life. The less hard you try, the less you try to force things, the more you let things just go, really the better things are going to go for you, because you're either going to be open, you're going to be aware of traps, you're going to be aware of opportunities, rather than have such focused tunnel vision on where you want to go. Maybe where you want to go isn't the direction that you're meant to go at this time. Hope that was helpful.